You're on. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Late Frame Podcast. I'm your host, Holy Moses, and in the building, we have Wes Tackleberry, okay, Tackleberry, and then we got the bearded beauty coming and joining us right now. And also, in the house tonight, I want to thank the one and only guys. You see this guy on the internet. You see this guy making different videos about car clubs, trucks, ugly front end, new front end, where the scene is going. I want to welcome Matt Yarbrough, aka Mini Truck Matt, to the show. Hey, Matt, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Dude, so this is great. I love it that, me and you've been talking back and forth for a few months already about trying to get you on, and finally our schedule was finally worked out, and he was able to grace us with his presence. And look at that truck in the background, man. That truck is nice.
Hi, love you. Thank you, Gopher.
Hey, y'all, how's it going?
Yeah. So, dude, tell us about it. Tell us about yourself, and tell us what got you into the scene, and tell us about that beautiful truck in the back that was once not bad, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it was static drop for quite some time.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us what got you into doing stuff.
I'm Mini Truck Matt. I've been in the scene since the late 1990s. I've always enjoyed this. I've made lots of friends nationwide. And yeah. The S10 in the background, that's mine. I've had it for almost 10 years now. It was just bagged a couple years ago. I had it static dropped for a very long time. And there was almost a challenge in the air that people said, you can't take a static drop truck on billets anywhere and do anything. And I wanted to prove otherwise. And I've taken this truck to 22 different states.
Oh wow! Are you going to Dino's?
No, I have reached a point in my life where my opportunities for longer trips has really seriously diminished. Unfortunately, mostly kids, wife, responsibilities, things like that makes it really difficult for me to get away for any amount of time any longer.
Yeah. Well, man, dude. So throughout the 90s. And throughout the time that you were coming up, did you have that S10, or was this something you acquired later on down the road?
So this was acquired later on down the road. I wouldn't necessarily say I left the scene, but I certainly had a lot of life happening, and I wasn't involved quite as seriously as I have been for the past 10 years. And I acquired this vehicle in January of 2017. Before this, I think I let go of my last S10 somewhere around 2003, 2004.
Damn. Always hated when you gotta let go of some nice little cars.
Yeah.
That's a bad part, because a lot like now that you got that, and when you have it static and now you bagged it, is there any big difference how you feel of how you had it to where it's at now?
There's a lot of difference that I feel, and a lot of people will tell you when you bag something, it's a very serious commitment, and they're not kidding. To go anywhere of any distance, even if it's just a mini Nats. Mini Nats is about 4 hours from where I live, and in North. Go ahead.
It's a far. It's what 2 days. 2 days. 2 days.
Yeah.
That's it. That's if you're not towing. If you're towing something, it's taking everybody 5 days.
Yeah.
So you got to think everybody only drives a certain amount, and then they stop, and then they pick back up, and then they stop. And if you're traveling with friends, family,
Yeah. Remember, that's if it's not fucking hailing or raining. It's true. Like,
Sam says hi,
okay, what up, everybody?
and Ryan says what up.
What up? So, everybody's doing, everybody that's on.
So at the very bottom, what would that be? Bottom left-hand corner, random questions, comments, all that fun stuff will start popping up.
Yeah.
So if there's one that's directed towards you, my wife will click on it and we'll leave it up so that way if you want, you can try to read it. If you want us to read it, we can read it for you.
Yep. So yeah, but Matt, that's so you've done that. How did the whole mini truck Matt Media and how did that come about where you started that? Like how did that happen?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? You're a little bit choppy.
So I didn't want to put this in one of the like what I'm saying is like damn, that's how live we are. I just put out
Can you hear us better now?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, that's wrong. I didn't turn it on.
Today, can you hear him better now?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Sorry, it's just mic out. Now turn the mic.
Yeah, you didn't even turn his mic
Yeah, I
on.
didn't even have a mic on. All right. So my question is, from how you have it static, you got it done, and then you started Matt Media. How did that come about for starting, your media part of it for, what is your brand now? What everybody knows you as Mini Truck Matt.
Well, it started really with choosing an Instagram and a TikTok, and I'd always been interested in mini trucks. So it wasn't something I was taking seriously at first. It was mostly just, I mean, if you go back and watch my early videos on TikTok, then you'll see it's like videos of like me going out with my wife and kids and silly things and funny things. And then I think about 2 years ago, maybe 3 now, I really felt passionate about like my top 5 mini trucks, and I didn't see anyone posting much about these trucks. And I felt that I come from a place that I could share this information, and it would be safe for younger people to watch and things like that. And that's how it started, and it kind of blew up from there.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because that's actually how I stumbled across people. You were talking about car clubs and a couple trucks and past vehicles of yesteryears, and I'm like, I remember when that truck came out, or when that guy debuted at show, or that show's not around anymore, like West Coast National. West Coast, like that. Not around. Yeah, Ellis Dammer, Ellis Summer, Spring Splash, fucking. Yeah, well, Rezo makes go back every few years. Yeah, I figure it's like the Emmy Awards, or it's like that one show that like once a year they're like, oh shit, I heard, okay, let's go do this, and everyone's fucking like, oh, I'm reliving Rezo memories of freezing fucking cold, standing next to somebody's trailer, just sitting there fucking drinking your ass up, trying to stay warm, and that. Stumbled across good stuff, and I like what you were talking about, and I like how you were not making fun of it when you were talking about that front end of that Toyota from Arizona that had that.
Oh, the cattle guard.
Yeah,
That's what we call it out here, the cattle guard.
The big train front end.
Yeah, it was. It's easy to make fun of something that looks different, but what's interesting though is someone had an idea that was different from everybody else's. And sometimes it comes out exactly like you want. Sometimes it doesn't. But either way, the effort and the idea was put in there. And that's kind of how, I mean, we drive lowered trucks. So imagine how we look to a lot of other people. Why would you make a truck less useful?
Yeah.
So I want to put a positive spin on things, that it's okay for people to have these wild ideas that might not make any sense to anybody else. And it gives them the courage to build it, to get out there. Because what we do is important. It has its place in the automotive world, and it has its place in the entire world, and we need to do our best to preserve it.
Well, yeah, because we are the guys that are, like we grew up watching other people, like for me it was my dad and my brothers and a couple friends, and then now it's just like now we have the podcast, and now we look back and go, man, dude, we were driving some sketchy shit, and or remember when we were at so and so's party, everyone's truck was there, and like I got stories of Ryan Nelson's house, fucking like mad many truck parties, and it's just it's memories, like just put it one time. It's about the memories and about what you're doing with your friends.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah. And mini truckers are the ones that'll we do what no one else will do.
yeah.
That's an understatement.
That's way
Yeah.
we driven trucks with no seats.
Yeah.
And grates.
Harry says making minis great again.
Yeah, yes we are. Matt, with your page, and it started off how you said, how many people have how many hold builders have you got a hold of, or how many people have you were able to show the trucks that you talked about throughout the page?
How many what now?
How many trucks have you already like got to reach out to the original owners and got to talk to them about like their builds or anything like that?
I haven't really kept track. I'm sure there's a couple of dozen people that I've talked to. I've tracked trucks down, things like that, but it's not really my niche that I look for. If you listen to other podcasts, some people are more focused on the connecting the dots for every piece of history associated with a truck and an owner, where I'm a little more loose with that. And, sometimes this will be a third owner of an iconic truck, and I don't know who originally owned it, but I have the person in front of me that I can talk to, and I can hear their experiences with it because they're the current owners.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. Because like for us, like this podcast has always been about showing like, okay, your regular builders, and then your average guy, and then people that are, building high end stuff to, just someone that has their stuff in the carport or stuff, someone that's building out of the garage,
Mhm.
A lot of great builds came out of simple places. But,
Yeah.
With your truck, how long did it take for it to get bagged? And did you do all the work yourself, or was it between you and a couple people?
So I did not bag it by myself. It took us 3.5 days to do it. My friend Mike.
Wait a minute. Hold on. From start to finish?
Yeah.
How many people did you have? I know, because no way. Then it should take us 3 fucking a day. Mine.
Yeah, it's not something that I would suggest to try to do, to bag a truck in 3.5 days when you're middle aged. It was tough.
Oh, there's the cat. There's the cat. I was waiting for that part.
Yeah. So my friend Mike Reeves, Endless Fabrication in is it Douglasville, Georgia? He's in Georgia, and I've known Mike. He was the founder of the car club that I'm in, and I've known him for almost 30 years now, I'd say. He has his own shop building this stuff, and he called me a couple winters ago. I was tearing the truck apart. I was just going to clean a bunch of stuff, but I already had the majority, pretty much almost everything, to bag it. And he asked me, he goes, what are you?
I've seen he did like a video or something of it with out the bed on it, like building stands or something, right?
Yeah. I took the bed off, and I was just trying to clean the truck up. And he calls me. He's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I know you have everything to bag it." He helped me buy most of it, and he's like, "Dude, just get it down here to Georgia, and we'll get it done for you." And I have this saying where I really don't want to be away from my truck for too long.
Yeah.
And so we worked out a thing where I would come down there for a long weekend, and we would just get the truck done, just get it bagged. We had some help. A couple people came out across. You have to forgive me. I have trouble with the names. There was a guy named Mike, and I can't remember his last name. His wife, Chrissy, and an old club member from this club. He hasn't been involved in mini trucks in years. He was helping weld on it. So it was the majority of the time, though, it was myself and Mike and the other Mike that was helping us out.
There's a lot of mics in the room.
A lot of mics, absolutely. But we did it technically in 3.5 days. And it like to killed us. It was really, we're talking get there at 8 o'clock in the morning and leave at 1 o'clock in the next morning. Kind of days.
I mean, that's not even like that. Fucking it's like a SEMA crunch status, bro. That's straight up SEMA crunch right there. Like going in and sitting there like through the day. I remember having to do that with big fucking standing the shit out of fucking SEMA crunches or helping stuff and stand in bed, body dropping it, going to fucking Jimmy Jack stands crazy ass stuff. But I understand how the feeling of not wanting to be away from the truck,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, it was. It's always been a goal of mine to never really be away from it for too terribly long. And I'm so thankful for Mike and all the effort that he put into it. And we were able to get it done. And a big shout out also to Jason Thorbeck. We had him on the line with us quite a bit to make sure we're getting measurements correct and things like that. Because
That sounds like my kind of work day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
With Thornbreak, dude, I remember when they were like they're still killing the game with the fucking controller.
Oh yeah.
Still.
Yeah, they're amazing. But we had him on the line for measurements and things like that, installation stuff, because I'm using his was it 5-link in the back of my truck. And we just wanted to make sure that, everything was good to go, and he was super awesome to help us out with that. But yeah.
Dude, that's because like okay, but it's not bodied, right? You're not bodied.
No. I don't know the truck will ever be bodied.
I'm gonna say being at the age I'm at, I would not want to because that would probably hurt my back some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel if the truck was ever bodied, I'd have to build a whole frame for it and get as close to a stock floor as possible.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. And like I know, like with yours, with the Tahoe, how much effort we have after everything. Suburban and Suburban and you take the Tahoe for the fucking.
Well, a little bit when I got it, and it was already bought. Kind of. It was cut. It was welded enough to get it down the road. That was about it. But I lost probably 4 inches. And I'm 6'1". And if I don't, that's the thing. If I sit up, I feel like I'm like way above because I'm used to mini trucks. So if you're off a mini truck, you're on the ground. You know what I mean? Like put your arm on the door, you're like this. I put my arm on the door, I'm like this.
Like I'm like sitting up. Yeah, it's always funny though.
So I gotta get a different set of seats. Once I get a different set of front seats, it'll put me lower. So I'll have more headroom. You gotta realize I want 4 inches, 3 or 4 inches on the body, but I also have pedestal that I'm sitting on for seat bracket. So I've got stock seat brackets in that thing in there, so it takes it off.
Matt, what do you have in your
You're breaking up again. Say it one more time, please.
the bench seat that you got straight up? Yeah.
Try one more. I couldn't hear you.
What about sucking a day? Everything's going. Can you hear me now?
Mm-mm.
No, you're gonna have to talk louder. Reading off of that. No, it's reading off the phone.
Oh, it's reading off.
So it's got to pick you up from the phone.
All right, we're asking if you have a bench or buckets. And
Yeah, when you got that bench.
It's a bench seat. Here,
So
I can bring you over. I can bring you over and show you real quick.
all right, cool. Oh yeah, that's great. All right, guys, we're gonna. If you're watching from Facebook, Matt's gonna take us for a little tour.
So it's a bench seat done by Donnie at Complete Upholstery in Tacoola, Georgia. And it's great. I love it. He used, I think, Snowden fabric on it. And then there's the rest of the truck.
Have the comfort of that. Dude, the comfort of that's got to be nice. Look at that truck. That just looks funny, dude. I like that. That's funny.
Doesn't have tubs.
No, wait a minute. You don't have tubs?
No, it's my intention to do a raised floor in the future.
Oh,
Nice.
I like it without the fucking.
it looks good just like that, dude. Because you can see the work.
Yeah, I kind of like that. However, I have a goal of getting the floor done because I have a motorcycle that I want to bring with me to shows.
Oh, shit. Nice. So matching bike.
Sort of, kinda. That was my dad's. It's a '62 Honda Bentley. Here, I'll come down here and get a little better view of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not that.
Yeah, I'll come down here.
Dude, that'd be way better.
Almost like a club racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 125 cc, I believe. It's real small.
Yeah, it's what would be like it was like I know from what I know when I was growing up, you had the mini bikes and then there was like if you had enough money you had to step up, which was like a bigger version of it.
Yeah.
You know? Because Coleman only had the small ones and then when Honda came out, they came out with those big ass ones. Those they were like scooters with them. Dude, that is sick. I like dude, your truck is very, very nice. Way clean. And I think that to me, and I know the guys would agree, that would be like a I'm gonna say like almost stock. Like stock looking, but not it has it touches
OEM.
yeah, it's OEM if they were to send that out bag at that time. So
Almost months to see.
Yeah.
The seed
Maybe.
then
that would be extra.
what it has now. Oh, I would.
Probably said simple and clean.
Yeah, it is simple and clean. Like that's there's no choice. You know what I mean? It looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. So, what I like about it is
Resto mod question mark.
oh, there's a good question. That's a good question. Resto mod. What do you think about that, man? For that S10.
What do you mean by resto mod?
Are you going to update the motor, put anything newer, or just keep it what you have now?
I would like to. It's all about when the finances come available. I would like to do shocks all the way around. I would like to change the motor out. I was looking more towards like an inline six. But I might lose my air conditioning. This has a vintage air system in it.
Okay,
And
that's not bad. That's
Not gonna look
Yeah.
big either.
Well, does he have the 4-cylinder or the?
It'll be on
It's
it's currently a 2.8 V6.
okay, so small, but
But I believe the motor's starting to have some issues. It runs okay. The exhaust is smelling really bad, and it has a brand new catalytic converter on it. So it's telling me that there's probably an issue internally that's causing the exhaust to kind of run hot and smell not too great. So we're probably getting time for another motor.
I kind of figured it was because you cut the back floor out of the bed. Maybe all the fumes are coming from the inside now.
Well, the exhaust here, I'll show you. Let's go for another walk.
Okay, so one of the viewers said 4.3.
And then Kelly said, big green empty pocket. Forget it, Matt. You
Oh,
either got money or money and no time.
so here we are under the side of the truck. Here's the wheel. So we're in front of the wheel right here, and this is my exhaust.
Oh wow! Holy shit, dude!
Yeah. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Here, I'll put you guys down here. Maybe you can see it. But it's routed. It's routed over. I don't know if you can see or not. It's routed over the frame.
And you don't drag your truck, correct?
Oh, and Tom Jenkins says nice Toyota.
Toyota.
I don't really drag it very much.
Yeah, I love Tom.
Hey, Matt, Tom Jenkins said nice Toyota.
Yeah, tell him I said thanks. I can't wait to drive one of his S10s that he has. He has 10 of them, right?
I know.
Oh, there you go. Shots fired.
I know he's got one.
Got one. No, he does got 10 of them. Oh, shit.
Gary said nice hard body.
Gary said nice hard body.
Jokes.
Nice Honda. Nice Honda. It's a stupid. Nice Honda. Yeah. Nice Civic, bro. I love your Civic. That's the sickest spot I've ever seen on a Honda.
Oh, Lord.
He got you,
I was
man.
gonna say, bam.
Bam. He got you. No. Oh, I like your Mercedes wagon right there. That's horrible. That's an inside joke for one of our friends who took a wagon and
It's a Ram 50, Kelly said.
yeah, it's
Is
50.
that a Ram 50?
Oh, is that a brand?
I haven't seen one of those.
I know. Oh, dang. I know, right?
Here it is actually
Talking about your body.
Yeah. There we go.
So then engine-wise,
What
were you looking at there?
Yeah. So you said something about an inline six, right? For that.
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that. So a lot of people have approached me and they said, "Hey, put an LS motor in it, or put a 4BT Cummins in it."
Put that in.
And
I'd rather
there's
see
nothing-
it than a damn.
You know, I want to clarify. There's nothing wrong with putting those motors in this truck, but a lot of people are doing that, and I just, I'm not interested in doing that. But I want something that's going to be powerful enough, fuel efficient enough, and reliable enough. And I felt like an inline six would probably be a good choice.
Yeah, and where how you said that you might lose AC, I just found a company on TikTok that does the electric setups for AC, where it's an electric motor and you run. They say that's like 60 amps.
Oh wow!
That's a lot, though.
I know that's
You gotta realize if you're running two
Well,
compressors.
that's what I told the dude. I messaged him. I go, hey man, I'm running 2 compressors, stereo. Well, I'm gonna run it on the radio, but 2 compressors, a stereo. I go,
Even without the stereo.
yeah, but 2 compressors alone is already fucking.
It already puts a draw
Yeah.
on us. But unless you upgrade your alternator. Yeah.
But there's several other companies out there that do different setups that But yeah, if you keep
I know.
AC,
I'm building 2 vehicles right now. They're getting ACs that shouldn't have AC.
there you go.
Well, the concern I have is with the air conditioning is mostly with the condenser on the front of the radiator. Because the inline six, if you don't place it just correctly, you have to put the radiator in the core support, and then you got to put the condenser somewhere, and there's not going to be enough room. I'm fearful there won't be enough room. So it's a matter of finding an inline engine that's small enough. I'm not really interested in putting a 4-cylinder in it, unless it's a big 4-cylinder. I even thought of putting like a Mer Cruiser 3-liter 4-cylinder engine in it. Just to have the power in the room.
Kelly said deep stroke inline six. Those produce some deep stroke in some of the rock crawlers. Yeah, there's a lot of power that are in those inline six. That's why when you say inline, they're there. You can pour those over. You can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, somebody mentioned the 4.3, which was a bigger option later.
Yep.
For the S10, yeah, the 4.3.
4.3.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that's just the 4.3?
You got the power,
But you can put that in there real quick.
you're not going to lose much
Because-
room already.
Yeah, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that the Vortex, when that came out, had the same plenum style as what would be the small one, right? The old Vortex. Okay.
Oh, Colorado inline 5.
Oh,
Yeah, James Gunn's done
okay.
2 or 3 the conversion.
Myers just mentioned it right now.
So,
Think about
that's are you going to run anything turbo to that thing, or are you just going to run it in what you're looking for? There it is.
No, I'm more interested in fuel efficiency than I am in speed and power. I've had vehicles that were fast, and I really don't have any business with anything that's really fast.
Like, you're like, I want to
It's the same thing. Like I've got a V8. I don't want to go fast. I don't need to go fast. I don't need to pay for the ticket.
And the gas.
And the gas.
Yeah.
Don't-
Yeah. Like
Almost
I-
$4 out here.
I know about $4. I know.
I was once a car salesman in Detroit, and this is I worked for a Pontiac GMC dealership, and we sold the Pontiac GTO when it had a 400 horsepower 6.0 in it. I took a customer for a test drive. I think I was at 140 in fourth gear, and it was a 6-speed transmission. So I'm like, okay, at that point, I don't need power.
Those I remember I dropped one of those off. I forgot it was like 2000 something, and I took one of those GTOs to drop it off at the tire shop, and I made a left turn, and holy crap, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of fun. And that was like letting off first gear, going into second.
Yeah.
People don't realize, like, I know people made fun of those when they came out, but like when you look at it, like you go into it and you're like, yeah, dude, that's a lot of torque, a lot of power, a lot of horsepower for a fucking funny.
Yeah, they're crazy fast. So much power in them. But I mean, I have ideas for other trucks in the future in the event that the money, and the time comes about. But it's stuff that's really going to upset people. I don't talk a whole lot about it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Upset them.
It's stuff that people are really going to be disappointed in me for building.
There's no such thing.
No, well,
You want to build.
Here on the Late Frame Podcast, we condone all kinds of stuff. Okay, and if you build it for you. And, if you want to sell your butthole and show people, that hey, well, this truck is made by hand. I blood, sweat, tears. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I fully intend to.
So Matt, on the mini truck, Matt, on your media, and you've done clubs and you've done different stuff. Are you going to continue doing different media, or are you going to try to keep going with the trucks with stuff, or are you just going to branch off into doing like hot rods and stuff like that?
It really, when anybody searches marketplace for something, this is my analogy. They're just trying to see what catches their eye, and it could be a mini truck one day, it could be somebody's sign in their backyard the next day. Who knows what? And I try to keep it fresh like that. Like I have a video that I'm going to be posting about PT Cruisers pretty soon, and I try to kind of stay cord with mini trucks, but sometimes you got to branch out.
Matt, the bearded beauty.
I got one of those in the backyard.
Yeah, got one. And it still runs. And the AC still works.
It's all original.
All original, dude.
Oh, wow.
PT Cruiser.
It has not been clapped.
Yeah, the PT Loser.
It
was my daughter.
The people like
they were fucking
SEMA builds.
yeah. Well, yeah, because remember they were at the same
Amazon
time.
specials.
Yeah, they they were like a classic.
Yeah,
they were doing
that
that mini bomb. Yeah, little mini.
Michael Myers throw face.
Well, I look at PT Cruisers with Boomers. It was kind of their last hurrah to go buy a new car and customize it because it had that retro look already. So I felt it was pretty cool to do a feature video on them because it kind of highlights what they were doing before they became grandparents and so forth and so on.
Remember with Green?
Yeah. Well,
that was in the PT Cruisers. Yeah. They need to bring that back. They need to bring that back. And like
the sticker wood.
The sticker wood, and then you
That's what we're gonna call it. Sticker wood.
Yeah.
Matt, with the way you see and the way you've been through the scene and saw the scene and been in the mini truck.
Oh God, so is that so far.
Yeah, so okay. Sorry, forgot about that. Yeah, SSR.
And then they turned
And
they
then
had a kit for them. That turned them into a
Speedmaker. Oh, yeah, the panel band and the Speedmakers.
How about the Plymouth Prowler that was based off of like the 32 Roadsters?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh good shit.
Yeah, Yeah, there you go.
And Chrysler.
You already touched on the Chrysler. Then you can just go on and do the Prowler next. Yeah.
Oh, it's a fun ride. This is a
The
fun
Chevy
ride.
SSR.
Yeah. And then was it the HR? What the fuck is
Yeah, the HHR.
Yeah, that thing was.
Tim says, man, they let you race a PT and Grand Prix. No.
I did that, and you could soup it up with a little turbo.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is nowadays, I'm not gonna find one. I know you're gonna find one online that's like horrendous, like a track car, probably has like flicks on it and fucking running like 10. You know. But that's right though. They're gonna do. That's right. They're gonna do an episode of that. It's gonna be so cool. Chrysler. All right, Matt. Question for me, and Chris, from is where do you see the theme going? Because how you said you want to preserve it. Where do you think we need to preserve it more? Is it more in the trade schools? Is it more into hands-on learning from different people around different other people that are in the mini truck scene? Or should it be like how many kids now, are just like finding out on their own and, stumbled across our page, your page, my page?
I think that's a great question. I think mini trucking is going to be for everybody. When we were coming up, it was kind of a miracle that mini trucking got as big as it did. We had Mini Trucking Magazine, but if you lived where I live, like in Southwest Virginia, you didn't really know anyone in the Atlanta area that was doing this. You didn't have the connections like we do now with the internet. So it was somewhat of a miracle that we all suddenly had this similar interest all over the country just off of one magazine. But now these kids, they have the internet. They can stumble across what we have here on this podcast. They can stumble across, Drop-'Emware. And they can also see us cruising our trucks down the street and be inspired to build something. I don't think the mini trucks I don't think the actual trucks themselves will move forward as we see them now. I think in the future it's going to evolve. Some people will approve of it, some people won't, that have been in the scene for a while. But it's going to evolve, and as long as people are thinking outside the box and building some of the wildest, craziest stuff with serious enthusiasm, I think we're going to be fine, and I look forward to that in the future.
You guys be the ones the kids remember.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the way I've always done it. When I'm up and down the road, it's someone kid is going to be sitting there, back seat, just like, what is that?
I've been driving down the road and like somebody sees you and they ask you to hit switch.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if I'm at one of my kids' appointments and I'm sitting out in the parking lot waiting for them and I'm in my truck, which I take it. It's, I would love to say I could drive it every day, but I can't. But I would also love to say I could take it to all the shows, but I can't. But man, if I'm out running errands in it and I see some kid, oh yeah, watch this, and it's going to be awesome.
That's always cool. It's the same thing. That's why I want to get the bus more done, so that way I can. All right, cool. Mod the Hunter school. Wait in that pickup line. Have her go get Hunter, and Hunter can go. We going in the bus. All right, cool. Let's go.
Yeah, and
it's cool though. I like that
because all the kids in his school are just like,
he's gonna be the pool kid.
Yeah, real fast.
There's multiple things to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I got Hunters. I got Donnies, Hopers. I got. Okay. I'm like, that's it. Everybody else does.
Is the color where you're going to keep it at, or down the road are you going to change it, or is that where you're at the thing?
Oh, that's a really good question. I have been at a battle with this forever. I love light colors, bright stuff, warm tones, things like that. And black just doesn't fit it. However, it's a gorgeous truck like it is, and a lot of people have been influential to me to leave it black. So I'm probably going to leave it that way. My friend John, he has an Isuzu Amigo down in Florida now. He used to be in Pennsylvania, and he had Sutton Popcorn Myers, I think is his name. do pinstripe and kind of wrap it around with pinstripe, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it looks like a woman's hair in a shampoo commercial. It's just gorgeous how it flows through there. Sorry, that's my weird analogy, but I would love to have something like that done to my truck, even with just black, and really just kind of set it off.
Yeah, I can totally get with that, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves. If you've got graphics, you've got something going on, if it doesn't flow nicely,
It looks weird.
it looks like it's not complete. It looks like it's missing something that's not.
Or if it stops, it starts.
Yeah,
Because I've seen some FEMA trucks with the show builds
Yeah.
where they'll show the graphic go one way and go another way, and then it kind of stops and then starts, and you can see the
Yeah.
brake line.
His daughter makes him drive his to school drop off.
Nice. Nice. I mean, she wants everybody like, yeah, I'm a doctor.
but yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves with graphics and stuff. Is like, if they don't flow. I mean, I don't care if you go backwards. If you start in the back and you end in the front.
Yeah.
I'm not saying when they don't flow nicely, it's like, what, you're missing something. You could have done more. You could have done something a little bit better. You're just missing something that's off, and it just makes it feel incomplete. Yep. So I totally get the hair analogy.
That's so tight though, because it's like, I don't know, like, for me, it's just weird because, like, sometimes they don't follow the graphic in all the way. Like, fucking Corey, his ball goes all the way around the door.
That
All the shit.
you're
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It goes through the jack, it goes through his feet, it goes through the
glove
floor mat, the glove box, the roll cage, the trunk. I mean, it's just like, what the?
Yeah.
The black's a good base to start.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Yep, yeah.
Put bright on.
Well, because it's the color of the interior. That's the thing. Like,
It'll go with anything.
It'll
yeah,
go with
I mean, you don't have to worry. You ain't got to change it up. That's what everybody's always a dark color. I'm like, no, I'm like a dark color goes.
Up in here.
Herbalism.
Herbalism at its finest. Not here.
Matt,
Yeah.
with the scene going where it's at, and we're doing all this preserving. We got trade schools, we got everything. Do you think with the EV conversion kits that are happening, do you think we're going to see a lot more of that already now that we're seeing it coming out as much as we are, or do you think it's, or do you think they're going to go crazier and crazier with those electric bills?
I think at first we're going to see electric vehicles come out, and then I think the automakers are going to pull back a little bit and go back towards hybrids for some time, because the battery technology right now, an EV car, the battery in it would actually power 15 hybrids instead of one EV. So I think we have great battery technology, but I think that there's a lot more they could do with that. And we're supposed to see the Slate truck come out. I honestly think that's going to fail. I made a video about that.
Yep.
But anything to get younger people into single cab new trucks, because whether they're customized or they're stock, there's just a lot of fun driving a compact pickup truck. There's nothing like it. And that's how we all got started. We got behind the wheel of a compact pickup truck and we're like, hey, this is really fun. And then you look over at the guy next to you and his has custom wheels on it. And it's like, well, if his has custom wheels, maybe I can lower mine, and it just evolves from there. And that's the resurgence that we need. And if it comes in the form of an electric vehicle, that's fine.
But okay, but that's what I wonder, because I'm talking about batteries. I think that whoever takes an electric vehicle and starts shoving a compressor to it, to bag it or to do something to it, I think it's going to fucking murder that battery as much as those are.
They don't.
You don't think so?
Fine. You have a Lucid every year.
Yeah.
Every year. He's out there. He's got compressors. He's got the whole 9 yards. He's got everything hooked up. He's there every year.
Yeah.
Clearly, he drives it.
Yeah.
It can't be that. I mean, for how big the battery is, it can't be that much of a draw compared to what we've got. That's kind of crazy. But we just have the charging system to reach park. You know what I mean?
So, are there any other vehicles that you are building other than your S10, or you collect? You got any collections going on?
I mean, I've got a 1996 Ford Ranger, but it's more of a sport truck. It's lowered 3 in the front, 5 in the rear. It's on 15-inch billets with white lettered tires.
This guy,
And I'm sorry.
fucking Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I enjoy that one. That was a truck that my dad bought brand new in '96, and then he quit driving it, and I kind of stole it from him, and he brought me the title a year later. And I've had it repainted, same color, added a painted bumper, painted mirrors, and kind of gave it more of that splash look because it is a step side.
Hell yeah, that's what you don't see a lot more of the step side. Okay, I'm waiting for like these car makers to go back to the fucking basics and start flattening some step sides again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what's it. You don't see a lot of.
I think the thing is, just my opinion, they've gotten away from the roundness, the curvatures, because if you think about it, things like early 90s, it went from literally a square body, something that had a rounded edge to it, and they continued it, and then where are we back? Well, we're kind of square, but it's
Square.
angled.
Unless you look at Dodge.
Yeah.
If you look at Dodge, their bed just, it's body, it's door, it's like bed, and then there's just this big bubble. I get it, but I don't get it. It does not look good. I like that
I think
stop and then,
that's what it's good, but
yeah.
I don't know how you do it with the way they're designing the front.
Well, I mean, look at Toyota step side. Oh, 04, 03.
Yeah, those were fucking. I got one of those.
They were like a little baby step. It was a little baby step inside. Yeah, that's what my mom had.
Barely any.
I was going to AAI and single cab Toyota Tacoma step side bed. I did not get the step side bed. I was like, I don't see the fuck to it. Like it's so tiny.
They are hard to body drop for, especially if you're
Oh, yeah.
wanting to lay them out. People are like, oh yeah, you got to basically section.
You got to section it, and you have to, or you have to narrow the rear end to get it to tuck it in. And yeah, it's worth one way or another.
But they look good.
Matt, what do you think of the people that are buying vehicles, buying trucks, and then gutting the shit out of them, parting them out, and making it harder and harder to find parts for like F-10s, Mazdas, Nissans, Toyotas, Isuzus,
Probably just stay at home.
Hombres.
Probably just stay at home.
Everything. Well, not every truck because they don't make fucking Mitsubishi.
So are you asking me like what do I think of people who are buying the trucks and then just tearing them apart?
Yeah, that's it. Just tearing them apart. You know, and then just selling out all the parts they got, and then there you go.
You know, I think you're going to have that no matter what genre of automobile hobby you get into. There's going to be people out there that ultimately they're just trying to make money and they're trying to maximize their profits by tearing the trucks apart versus just selling them as an entirety. It's sad, especially if the truck is fairly iconic, to take one off the road. My goal is to see more of them on the road. But at the same time, there's enough out there right now that are off the road that need the parts, which creates the demand for people to do that. So it's hand in hand. It's it's the devil's advocate in some ways.
No, that's always it drives me nuts sometimes. But then I just sit there and I'm like, why?
You gotta weigh it out. That's the thing. You always have to weigh it out.
Fucking who is it? Frank, shout out to Frank Cortez. He's got a fucking 490. Yeah, for sale. You know, like that's what I'm like talking about. So Facebook Marketplace and like when in the and a lot of like I know a lot of people ask me like, oh, can you know like where do you find these parts? I'm like, well, we find these parts from people we know. We find the parts through Marketplace. We find the parts like of many different places like Amazon and Rock Auto and stuff like that. But the majority is just like I think a lot of us get our parts through word of mouth of like people we know. So or like
I drive a Suburban. I don't have that.
oh yeah.
None of my friends drive a Suburban. None of my friends have a Ford and Suburbans. Like it doesn't work. That I have to go through. So like the front two windows, I've got to order those online. The back two windows, the best I found, unfortunately, is auto time. I'll have to probably get those from back, you know. But I mean, there's other parts that I can utilize from the road.
Yeah.
You know, even some car mods that have that thing motor. And, you know what I mean? It
So percentage wise, Matt, how complete is your S10?
100.
So when you say complete, what do you mean?
Like complete, like done,
No,
completely done.
no, there's two complete stuff. Is it complete to that?
Oh yeah, is it
Or is
complete
it
to you?
complete
So
to where you
it's
Where you want it to be? Okay.
so as of right now it's drivable. Like I need to put 2 tires on the front, and then I can get my state inspection done. But
That out
as
there.
far as the truck being somewhat complete and finished, I'm at the current rate of finances that are available for this thing, I would be a bit surprised if I'm 10, 15 years out.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's
Yeah,
a very, very slow moving process for me. I just, I've got 2 kids. They're both in braces,
Oh,
house projects, all sorts of stuff. So the money for the S10 kind of comes last.
So he's saying he has extra hands on deck to help him stand and do stuff.
but it's not. But right now he doesn't have the money to get the project work. He's got other priorities.
Yeah, that's good though, man. That's good because, like, a lot of us have projects that are 10 plus some years out. A lot of people have stuff that are, a few weeks out. And other people have stuff that's sitting there in the garage on, trying to hunt down every skin he can find to put it back together again.
No, which one of you two is first? I don't know who to look at. You gotta put the fucking back.
Yeah, he's more driving.
I'm like, you might be the worst
I mean,
man in the room right now.
If I didn't care, I could just drive it
Together, driving.
out of the back. I mean,
I am down for the ride. I will ride in the back.
I know, dude, you would have to strut it.
but there's no adjustability. Like,
Yeah.
it's forward struts on the front, and there's nothing in the back. That
Sounds like we're going back to 2001.
Yeah, driving a
Everybody that watched Fast and the Furious,
Yeah, that-
out there springs that just all you saw everybody doing driving down the road. God,
we did that to a deal metro and my automotive phone.
back to death. Back to death. Back to our death.
Oh yeah. All right. The farm.
Sorry, we squirrel a lot.
Yeah, proud of it. Matt, with your S10, the project and everything with the family, how is it hard to, like, are they into it with you being a part of the mini truck stuff? Or they're just like, that's dad stuff.
It's kind of that's dad's stuff. That's my husband's stuff. They're supportive. They are. But they all have their own things. But my daughter, she usually won't go anywhere with me unless I'm taking this. And then
Nice.
like she's going to be the mini trucker, but then my son will surprise me and he'll be like, "Hey, can we take the truck out tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And then, like today, for instance, my wife had the day off and she knows that I like to run errands and take this truck. So she's like, "Hey, let's take the S10. Let's go." So it comes and goes, but the most consistent at this time is my 12-year-old daughter. She's like, "Hey, let's go get ice cream. Let's take the S10. So we go to the local ice cream parlor, lots of people there, get to see the truck, and I really enjoy it. And as long as I'm keeping the truck running and driving and functional, then I'm really happy with that. And it costs money to do that. You spend a lot more on maintenance, keeping something running and driving sometimes than you'll spend on customizing it. Yeah. But ultimately, the goal is to keep it on the road, keep people seeing it, keep enjoying it. Because once you park it and you put it away forever, it starts getting further and further back in your mind. And the next thing you know, it's been sitting for 10 years. And you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, that's true. It's like, because it's good that, at least they're kind of involved and I'm happy that they are supportive for you for, like, doing that. And you get to go enjoy it and take it on tour and hang out with your family and but at some point, would you ever go to the route to, okay, let's turn it into a 4-door, let's get a 4-door, to be able to take them with you.
To keep on hold of the fiddler.
So if I had the money and the skill, I would certainly be interested in something like that. Recently, I acquired an F-250 crew cab.
Nice.
And yeah, and my wife told me, and I didn't think about this ahead of time, but my wife told me, she goes, well, you just bought a 3/4 ton so you could tow your truck everywhere we go. And I'm like, I really didn't think about it that way, but yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Because you'll find me, my wife's family is in Michigan. So you'll find me up there several times a year. And then I have friends in Georgia, and we sometimes will vacation down there. But with my wife's hobbies, it takes us places that we wouldn't go otherwise. So it's like, well, it'd be really cool if I could bring the truck, go do some cruising around, get some cool pictures, enjoy myself, see other mini truckers, go to car events while we're in town, and then we load up and go back home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
That's right, though, man. That's fucking why not? If you can tow it, that'd be great. Because then you can just everybody goes, and then you guys can all hang out.
yeah. I mean, I would much rather drive it. And it's like, I have a Ford Ranger and I have 2 kids. So it's like, okay, me and one kid in the S10, my wife and the other kid in the Ranger, or vice versa. I don't care. And then we could go anywhere. But it's a lot more comfortable in a big truck with all of us together, that kind of thing. So if I have to tow it and take it places with us, that's fine. I would prefer to drive it. Y'all know I'm not scared of driving it. But it is what it is. Things change, things evolve.
And then after a while, everybody would be like, "Oh, look, there's Matt in his trailer clean." And you'd be like, "No, it runs, it drives, I drive it, guys."
It's not a trailer clean when you have your whole family.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If Matt shows up and it's just him,
And then it'd be like,
all right, then
Yeah.
they might have.
Yeah.
But Matt's saying it's going to be, like the family wants to go, or they're going to wherever his wife's hobby's taking him. That's a whole different story. That's like when we went to when we go to Prescott sometimes. Sometimes I tow it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't have the option, and I gotta have somebody else tow it. Because I got this, that, then some, the kids. I got the old lady. It changes. To have them be there to enjoy the memories with me, instead of me enjoying the memories and then relaying it back to them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My friend Derek Shelton kind of went through that. He was with I think with Acro down in Georgia, and he built this really awesome S10 Blazer, and it was only 2 seats. And he caught a lot of flack for towing it to shows, but he has a bunch of kids, and everybody went together. And he's just like, look, man, I'm bringing my whole family. Like, they're not going to fit in this thing. I would drive it otherwise. And that's kind of probably a similar conversation that I'll have to have in the future, where I'm towing this somewhere because I want to bring my whole family, and that's okay. I don't care what other people think when it really comes down to it.
Yep.
That's right though, because it's you have the Ranger, you got the S10, and then the family, and then little by little, and if you do tow it, you go like, oh, I tow it for the kids. They just drive it around everywhere.
Yeah.
How many kids can say that? Like, oh, our dad tows the toy around. They're like, it's one big giant Hot Wheels. Like we drive our giant model car.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like
My mom asked me about it one day.
okay.
Yeah.
So okay,
One of those conversations.
real quick, guys. Real quick. So real quick, this is a big thing announcement here in Arizona if you live here, and oh yeah, I know. Matt,
He's probably pushing like 1 o'clock.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna thank Matt. Yeah.
I think Matt's probably pushing 1 o'clock.
I know.
It's 12 o'clock here.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Yeah.
So real quick.
Anyways, what do you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are in Arizona, guys. Okay, this is fucking thing. This is epic. So if you are into Halloween and you love Halloween stuff, and this is haunted houses, private access, guys, from Terror and Politics. I can't either. My phone's up there. I know. So private access. Okay, this Friday and Saturday. Okay, 91st Avenue in Van Buren. For free in Tolleson. Okay, you can take your mini truck, lowrider, and go take pictures of it on the haunted house with all the actors and the monsters all around. So this is attention to any mini trucker and lowrider. If you want that photo shoot and you love Halloween and you want that scary, this is Halloween theme, you have Friday and Saturday. This Friday and Saturday. 91st Avenue and Van Buren, Terror and Tolleson. We will post information on the page, and I will also be getting some more information and the people that are running it. And this is private access, guys, for free. You ain't got to pay anything. And if you make content and you want to go do fucking, take your girlfriend and go scare her for 20 minutes and do a live about it, you can do that. So I'm saying, if you are a mini trucker here in Arizona, and you got a custom car, custom ride, and you want to do a Halloween photo shoot, you have Friday and Saturday, this Friday and Saturday, access, private access. The haunted house ain't even open yet to the public.
We'll do a post later.
We'll do a post later on.
Probably tomorrow. Or no, probably later.
Probably later on tonight, all right, guys? So, back to the show. All right.
That was the infomercial for the
Yeah, that was the infomercial for today.
Anyway, that's Matt.
Back to Matt. Matt.
What's up?
How much is gas over there?
I'm sorry, say it again.
How much is gas where you are?
Gas depends on what part of town you're in. It's anywhere from $2.65 a gallon for cheap stuff to $3.09 for cheap stuff, depending on what side of town you're on.
I paid $2.50.
Okay, on your side of town, where you're at.
Down the street from me, I think it's $2.89 a gallon for cheap stuff. But out where my wife works, it's $2.65.
Yeah, we are. It's 385 right now.
Yeah, 385.
Wow.
Costco does not count.
Like how much
Same difference.
No. Well, they don't. I don't think they have that. I think they got real food over there.
Us normal broke people.
But it is Virginia. So and the road. Okay, well, you said you got to take it to state inspection. How are the laws with modified vehicles out there?
They're very strict. They're very, very tough. The state police and the state government have a pretty strong stranglehold on the automotive world here. State inspections are not just emissions. They actually go through the vehicle. They check your suspension. They check your brakes. They're looking for, cracks in the frame, holes in the floors. All the lights have to work, and the headlights have to be aimed properly. It's a whole thing. But there's you live in certain areas and you get to know some state inspectors. Sometimes you can do well if you're not driving like an idiot. Most of the time the state troopers will leave you alone, but they're very strict.
So Virginia's out.
Yeah, there's a. We'll go visit, but
we'll go visit. We're just never taking our
mini truck
stuff with us.
Yeah, come visit. Yeah. Come on the Blue Ridge Parkway. You'll love it there. I would love to make a banner that says, because the tagline for Virginia is for lovers. And I would love to make a banner that says Virginia is for mini truck lovers. But everybody would say that I'm lying.
I mean, in all reality, think about this. If we had the same inspection with us here, think about how much less garbage would be out on the streets, or possibly that we're buying.
Yeah.
In all reality,
probably helps.
It would help a significant amount. In all reality.
That's the thing, though.
So I'm actually not too opposed to it. It's kind of like Australia.
Yeah, but the thing
I'm
is that
still opposed to
the
it.
state guy's not going to his house. He's driving the truck there. Like, I wonder what they're going to say. I'm like, okay, let's look at the suspension. and all of a sudden,
You figure it out.
you look at them, you go, well, it is on air.
Yeah, you figure it out.
You know,
You
audio,
figure out
video.
what you can and cannot do. You change. You notate that in your mental brain, and you know for the next time.
Is this going to be your first inspection, Matt, with it
No,
already on
no,
air?
no. So you can get around inspections by putting on antique license plates, but there's a ton of restrictions with antique license plates in Virginia. Like you can't carry anything in the bed. You can only put so many miles a year on the vehicle, things like that. So I elect to continue with the inspections. However, my inspection is over a year and a half out, and I've been driving it anyway. When it comes to inspections, oftentimes it's the discretion of the inspector themselves. Now, they have a set of rules that they're supposed to follow. However, like one is you're not supposed to have frame modifications. However, the inspector can look at my frame and they're like, well, this is welded up and actually stronger than what it had from the factory. So they're going to pass that. They're going to say, okay, well, this is actually better and it's not a problem. So they're looking for people who have done poor job welding the frame or just one that's rusted out. So all the cops, I live the branch of the local branch of state troopers that are in charge of state inspections. The branch for that is at the foot of my neighborhood. So yeah, and I drive by there all the time. I wave to the cops. They know who I am. They see me out driving. I don't drive like an idiot. I'm not out there dragging up and down the main road in front of everybody. So they don't give me a hard time. And the local cops, they know who I am. They know I'm not some idiot. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just a matter of finding an inspector that feels comfortable taking a look at the truck and saying, okay, this is fine. Air suspension is legal here in Virginia. So it creates that Pandora's box, that open door, saying, "Well, if that's legal, we can do this, we can do that."
Oh, okay.
If it's not smoking, they don't care.
What up? So no, that's just okay. I'm okay. Well, after hearing it like that, I'm not opposed to it. What up, McKenzie?
I'm gonna say, probably not being a young punk probably doesn't hurt either.
No, I know, but
Being
Like-
older does help.
I don't know. Yeah,
Having that RP card.
Yeah, that ARP card always works right there.
Yeah.
Always works. So, but well, whatever.
So we have something. Yeah.
Swear to God, this is what happens with any podcast. Mike, fine, goddamn. It's just everything went fine last time.
But we haven't gone live
In a while, yeah.
since 4th.
Wait, an extra.
Oh yeah.
So we've
Yeah,
always done in-house.
Yeah,
So we have to figure out what the out.
Yeah, Johnny Jalopy.
Yeah.
Johnny
And we
Jalopy.
had it then we got to figure it out because we were here.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out what it is from
There.
here to Virginia or wherever out of state and figure it out from that.
How's the weather right now? Is it kind of decent when you're driving, or kind of?
The weather here's been fantastic lately. It's starting to warm back up. We had a false fall here, and it got down the 50-degree mark at night, 50, 55, and then in the 70s during the day, and now we're getting back up to the upper 50s at night and the low 80s during the day.
That's it. That's it.
It's been so nice here.
We're pretty good right at the low hundreds.
At the low in the morning, it's like at the
It's
low
80s.
80s.
Not bad.
It's high 80s.
By 9 o'clock, you're at the 90s. By fucking noon, it's already 100.
Even before that.
You know,
It's
and-
even before 10.
And it's still not as bad as it was.
And if
Yeah,
you,
2 o'clock, it's already 100, like 103, 105.
yeah, and if you have anything that was frozen food and left on your dash, it's fully cooked.
Pretty much.
That's why you can get up there.
Yeah.
You can have a hot lunch by lunch.
Oh yeah. Then you can definitely have a hot.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, I live in a valley, so the air actually gets rather stale where I'm at. and it feels quite uncomfortable. It's not hot like you guys, but it is quite an uncomfortable air right now this time of year.
Just stale, stagnant, doesn't have that like you get a breeze when you open and shut the corridor. That breeze.
Yeah. Like the UV is really high here today. My son had band practice after school for 3 hours, and he has a sunburn on the back of his neck. You know, and it was 81 degrees.
Well, it's like Prescott when we go fine.
Yeah.
It could be in the 60s, and it's like, what happened? That I'm burnt more than I am when I'm down here in Beth.
What shows do you go out there to? Are there many shows out in Virginia?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Are there many car shows out where you live, or do you travel like out of state more to go to different truck shows?
For truck shows, for mini truck shows, yeah, I have to travel. It's usually 4 hours in whatever direction. They had oh shoot, what's that one called? It's at Mr. B's Park here in Virginia. Attitude Check is what it's called.
Okay.
That's almost 4 hours from me, and it's still in the same state. But like, if I want to go to Mini Nats, that's 4 hours south of me. And then if there's a show, we used to have East Tennessee Showdown in Piney Flats, Tennessee. That was just about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours to get to. So, but yeah, I usually have to travel for mini truck shows.
Oh, okay.
That's where we're
Is
at.
there
Yeah. That's a good question. Camera Profess asked, is there any more mini trucks around Virginia other than the
Or your town.
Well, yeah. Do you know Chris Wilson with the shop truck?
which shop truck?
Okay, it's a black S10 with a patina paint job on it. Do you know Daryl Poe Jr. with the Outlaw?
Oh.
We're gonna do some research now.
Yeah. So Chris and Daryl show together quite a bit, and I was actually at Chris's house doing pressure washing this week. And while I was there, Daryl showed up to drop off parts for a project he's working on. So yeah, then there's Shane. Oh, I can't think of his last name, but he had a red Mitsubishi at Mini Nats for his son that he was building. And he's in the same town I am. Like, he's just on the other side of town.
That's four. There's four.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. No, I mean it's small. It's local. You know everybody.
Yeah. Last Saturday, how many trucks did we get?
20
Yeah.
to 30.
That's one.
On a bad day, we get 10. Like this last Saturday, we're not going. Yeah, right before Pine. I'm not going.
I'm not a lot of stuff is like because
I'm not doing a whole lot.
Here we got Fruits of the Pines that's coming up
October, the first weekend of October.
first weekend of October. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. It's at the very bottom. October 3rd and 4th. There we go.
Yeah, I can look at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but my question for you, Matt. Damn, dude, it's nuts that you have 4 hours and driving. That's still not bad. And having a small group of mini trucks,
It'd be the same thing if I moved back home.
but it's cool though because
One truck.
okay,
Remember Menards?
well, yeah, but it's your Menards,
Menards?
but
No, they had it in the parking lot. And we kept
okay, but like, do you guys get to hang out a lot because it's more small?
We don't really hang out a lot together here. I would say there's probably the better part of 10 to 15 mini truckers within 20, 30 miles of me. And we all know where we're at. If anybody needs anything, we're always there for each other. But ultimately, I mean, I don't really have, like, this is like a really special thing for me tonight to do this with you guys. I don't really have the time to hang out with a lot of people.
No, we appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is something you've been asked. We've been talking about doing for some time, and I had the opportunity this evening to do it. Everything kind of opened up, so I was like, "Hey, let's do this." But most of the time, I mean, I'm a pretty I would tell a lot of people I'm a pretty boring person. I don't really go out very often. I'm very busy here at the house. My primary activity is I'm a stay-at-home parent, and then I also have a pressure washing job on the side, a business, and then I'm also doing this whenever I can. So I'm pretty busy all the time, and I don't really go out and do much. And if I do, it's usually with my wife or my kids.
Yeah, that's how the bigger beauty is.
That's the same thing. I am the most. Everybody's like, "Oh, you gotta be having all this fun." No, I don't. I don't have a lot of fun. I go out with my old lady. I go out with kids. And even when we don't have the kids, we stay at home. We do things at home. Like, and we just keep to ourselves.
Do it once in a while,
We
hanging
do
out.
our once in a while, go out to dinner or whatever. But for the most part, we don't do a whole lot. It's not like it was. Oh, I could say 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. But I'm always working, and then depending on now that I'll be getting a new job and a better schedule, I'll be able to focus back on getting, on life, I guess, going and have some fun.
Life happens.
Yeah, I mean, we're usually pretty busy too. Like we're building a 300 and some linear foot, 8 foot tall privacy fence in our backyard. We're building it ourselves, so that's been taking up a lot.
Yeah, before not, we got a whole.
We did that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So it's a lot, and I'm 46 years old now, and I just going out to a club is just not appealing to me.
Oh, I went to one.
I'm 34 and I don't go to clubs.
I went to one. A friend of mine invited me, and I went out, and holy fuck, did it feel weird. Like I'm just sitting there going, man, dude, I'm so not dressed for this. I'm like, and everybody's just like, yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm like, cool. And everybody looked at me all weird because I'm like in shorts and
Once you get older, it's just not.
it doesn't feel. Like I really just go to a hole in the wall bar, grab some beer, grab some food, chill, and
That's what you
that's
do
it.
on daily.
Yeah. I'm like, we drink at home.
We don't even want to do that. Like I don't even want to go to the bar.
No.
Like this is
Yeah.
this is my night out.
But for me, I'd rather just like go, chill, do my own thing.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm pretty boring. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't swear, hardly ever. I mean, so it's like, what am I going to go do?
You're doing it. You're having a good
Yeah.
time. Sure.
This is it. Yeah.
An awesome conversation with the one and only Mini Truck Matt. If people are tuning in right now.
Yeah.
On and off all night.
Yeah. So that's pretty much me.
Ron from Freaks up in Vegas had that clean ass pen.
Yeah. There it is.
Again.
Oh, do you mind doing the walkthrough?
We do it again?
You want to walk around?
Yeah.
For the lay people.
There we go. Yeah, we'll walk around it again.
Yeah.
I've gotten to when I do my live TikToks that I just show the truck now because no one really wants to see me.
It always is.
So like down here, this is the under dash vintage AC unit.
Switches?
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah.
Are y'all looking for this? Or y'all just want to see
What
the?
car club are you in?
I'm sorry, say it again.
What car club are you in?
Oh,
There we go.
it's called Mystical Pleasures. So Mystical Pleasures was a pretty big club down in Marietta, Georgia, about 20 some years ago. And I was the vice president of the club. And then in 2016, I asked the club president if I could have the club, and he says it's yours. So I'm a club of one.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's so much less drama when it's just one.
Unless you're arguing with your hand.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just gonna,
So yeah,
Unless he has
There's-
a lot of arguments with himself.
Yeah.
That's different Moses.
Right.
I think sweet is good. Yeah. I like that.
Thank you again for that.
Yeah.
Walk
Thank you for the walk around for anyone.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then I've got all my mini truck stuff hung on the wall recently, and then This is, you guys will probably recognize this. That's a Cadillac Ranch.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, I took this picture when I was crossing the country. And yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
I like the setup.
Oh, here's something you guys will like over here.
Oh.
You remember Godfather Customs back in the day?
Yeah.
Down in Georgia?
Yeah.
This is the Sir Michael's sign that was in Godfather Customs for Sir Michael's roll pans.
Oh.
Yeah. So, a buddy of mine picked that up, and I was able to buy it from him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Hot Wheels.
Oh, let's do the Hot Wheels.
Oh, you want to see the Hot Wheels? Oh, okay.
I saw them.
There.
Yeah, they're just kind of randomly up here. You know, I've got, was that a 50th anniversary? You know, just a few trucks laying around. I haven't really organized these very well, so there's nothing like super special or anything. But yeah, there's a few of them in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Wes over
And
here.
then we've got this
I know we're like sitting here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they don't want to touch it.
like a Hot Wheels wind chime. Oh, here I'll show you.
Oh, yeah, the wind chime.
I'll show you the toilet seat.
Yeah.
We're delayed. All right.
Yeah, my wife made that for me before we were married. Let's see. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff I have hanging up here. There's an old picture of the truck. Yeah, so y'all need to just come over and I'll give you the full tour.
We'll be there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have a yard sale soon. So here's all the rest of my stuff.
It'd be 2 days probably straight through. I don't know if I can drive 2 days straight through.
Hey, come on! I drove all the way out there. Y'all can make it here.
Okay. I'm too fast for princess.
So,
Yeah.
Back to the rant. So, great, awesome truck. You know, great that you're keeping it how it is, and you know, we all know that you're going to pass an inspection and get your new tag.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the setup and how your garage is set up. I like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is there? Because you do stay home, you don't go out a lot. What are the shows you actually only go to specifically? Like just mini nats or?
So I always make a pretty heavy effort to go to mini nats every year. I kind of look at more like a mini truck homecoming.
Nice.
But you know, it's really cool. There's a lot of people that come there that I probably wouldn't see otherwise, except for like on a situation like this. I'm interested. There's a ton of shows that I want to go to that are within a few hours of where I live. There's Terminal Takeover in March. There's Fair Enough that's coming up at the end of this month. There's the Drop 'Em Wear show in North Carolina. That's just a few hours from me. There's Nopi Nationals in Atlanta. There's all this stuff going on. Yeah, but and for me, it's a financial thing. Like whatever money I can make with pressure washing helps out with a lot of stuff, and then sometimes there's a little left over. But I've been so busy lately with projects and getting vehicles up to date and running and driving properly that it's drained a lot of my money, and I have to put some back for wintertime because the pressure washing gig doesn't really do much in the winter. So, yeah.
You can do it. No.
So yeah, frozen.
I mean, you could just repeat the tanks up and just remove it.
Get rid of the mice.
Get the de-ice.
I don't even know if do they have snow out there.
Yeah, they got snow in Virginia.
I'm thinking of Minnesota.
No, it snows out there, don't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah, we don't get a ton of snow here. I think last year was one of our snowier seasons that we had. I think it snowed somewhere between 5 and 8 times, but it was no more than just a few inches each time. But then other times we've had a foot, sometimes 2 feet of snow. But it's not very common to see that.
Oh, okay. Okay, just so they're like, man, we had blizzards and
We've had to literally force the front door open. You go to open the door, if it swings inwards, and you've got 4 or 5 feet of snow and no drip, and you're just like, "Where's the stuff to get out?"
Yeah.
You got to push through it, have snow come in, or
dig a ton.
there's been points in times when that's happened too.
But yeah, and I live in a weird area where here I might only get an inch or two of snow, but I could literally drive 20 minutes south of here into Christiansburg, Virginia, which is near Blacksburg. A lot of people are familiar with Virginia Tech. I'm about 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm about 30 minutes from there, but I can leave here with 2 inches of snow or a dusting even and get down there and there's 6 or 7 inches of snow.
It's in a valley. You got to remember that.
Yeah, I'm in a valley and you climb up the mountain and there's a lot more snow down, just that far away.
He's more in the fruit valley where
Yeah.
we're big.
Yeah, we're just a big dome. We're just a big toilet bowl.
Like 65
Yeah,
miles.
the valleys you guys have out there, the mountains are far more spread away. Where in my neighborhood, every single house in my neighborhood has a different, unique view of the mountains surrounding us. Like they're so close together that everybody gets a unique view.
So everybody's house is different levels. You know what I mean? Like,
Not really. I mean, I can go across the street to my neighbor's house, and I mean it's not cookie cutter. It's a little bit more. We're talking just over a quarter acre per lot. But I can go across the street, and his view of the mountains are completely different than mine.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it here. This is the neighborhood that I grew up in as a kid. So, yeah, I love it here.
I want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime.
Yeah. We've been going back and forth, and you're able to have some. I appreciate you coming on, showing us your S10 vehicle. Where can they find you? Where can they find you media-wise if people want to reach out to you?
So you can find me at minitruck_Matt on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. On Facebook, you can find me at Matt Yarbrough, or you can also find my group, Mini Truck Matt Media. Those are the best places to find me.
Cool.
Does the truck have a name?
Oh yeah, does your truck have a name?
No, unfortunately, I've never named the truck. I've wanted to. I've come up with like silly names. I was going to call it the Traveler because it's been to so many states. And stuff like that. I would love to see all lower 48 states, but we'll see if that happens.
That'd be tight, the Traveler. Yeah. That's it. That should be the name. It goes with it.
Yeah.
You can call it Black Betty now.
Oh yeah, I'm best to call it Black Betty. Yeah. So I want to thank you for coming on, man. I know it's late where you're at. That if you guys reach out to him, follow his page, check out his stuff. He's always having good content. Talking about past shows, past vehicles. Where are they now? Kind of, ugly, different front ends and crazy ideas. And what do you think? Like stuff like that. So, Matt, thank you for coming on. And and whenever you want to come on, we'll talk. We'll figure out a more schedule. And if we're in Virginia, we'll send you a message and look you up.
Yeah, come on to Southwest Virginia. It's great here.
Hell yeah! I just want to check out the.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
No, it's
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I've really enjoyed this.
All right, guys. On behalf of me, Holy Moses, Wes, the Bearded Beauty, we'll see you guys out on the next one. You guys take it easy and drag it. Okay. Build it. All right. Take it easy, guys.